Hey guys, what's going on? Hello from Ohio. Listen, I'm going to start driving with Maverick Transportation on Sunday here in just a few days, and I know there might be some other people out there who are wondering what's Maverick about, what's the pay like, what's the culture like, etc., etc. So I just wanted to share this video with you. My name is Brandon, and I used to drive for US Express over the road back in the early 2000s. I absolutely loved it, but I got off the road to go back to college. I'm a registered nurse, climbed my way up kind of through the corporate ranks, and just kind of tired of it. Always loved trucking and really want to get back out there. So I shopped around. I haven't had any experience in a tractor trailer for 12 years, going on 12 years. And so I looked at companies that would take an inexperienced or no recent experience driver who not only hasn't graduated recently from CDL school, but hasn't driven in years. So I called around and I ended up landing on TMC and Maverick, and I chose Maverick. I'll talk a little bit today about why I did that. So, one of the things that I really enjoyed about Maverick was their reputation. I've looked all over YouTube and all over online on the forums, and you know what? I know there's people out there who, no matter what organization that they work for, somebody's going to have a bad experience, but overall, there is a lot of good things that people say about Maverick. Another reason why I chose Maverick is I watch Trucking with Tay, and I will put I'm going to put a link in the description video if you've never seen Tay. He runs Glass Division with Maverick. He is freaking hilarious, but he just tells you how it is, and he really sold me with his honesty on Maverick and their culture, and so I really appreciated that. Guys, speaking of Trucking with Tay, I was introduced to Trucking with Tay through Alex Mai, or the Asian Mai Show on YouTube. He's an awesome guy. You guys should check him out, the Asian Mai Show. Man, this dude goes and interviews all kinds of truck drivers with different companies and just asks some questions for all of us, just to get a feel for what's out there. And the work he does is phenomenal. I know this guy sacrifices a ton of his time. And anyway, I'm going to put a link down to his YouTube channel below in the description and throw him up here on the screen. But check him out. He's an awesome guy. I am going to talk off some notes. I did try and script this video from memory this morning, and it was a horrible, horrible video. So talk a little bit about their hiring map, their pay, and that type of stuff for those of you that don't know. That's pretty much where they are going to hire out of. Ohio is one of their hotbeds for flatbed freight, which is what I'm going to do as their flatbed division. So that was another reason I chose them, because they guarantee you to be home like 42 or 48 weekends a year, not every weekend, but I think with Ohio, I've got a better chance of getting home every weekend. So with that being said, you are home on the weekends. They're going to start me out at 52 cents per mile, and from day one, through orientation, through your training with your trainer, you make $600 gross a week. That's not bad. I mean, it's not phenomenal money, but it's better than nothing, which I remember going through orientation with a couple of other companies back in my 20s, and we didn't get paid anything, so that's pretty good. And when I got into the truck, I got paid like $350 a week with a trainer. So now they're telling me that first year drivers average $65K a year. We'll see. I don't know. It'd be great. I'm coming from $100,000 a year work from home full-time income and job, and so $65K a year would be nice, but I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. My wife and I have been preparing for this transition for a while, and so we can afford to not make $65K a year right now, but it would be nice. So that's a little bit about their pay packages, what they've already told me, and what I expect to see when I get down there. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about insurance. For those of you who need their insurance, $45 a week for single is what they've got going on right now, $127.50 for family. And if you want just employee plus spouse or employee and children only, you're looking at $109, and that's a week. So just to give you an idea of what you might be getting into. Corporate campuses in Little Rock, Arkansas, they do have a flatbed division and a glass division, so they don't run reefers anymore. There's a lot of information online about people saying check out the reefer division. They sold it off, from what I can tell and from what I've been told by recruiting. They do have a student program and a CDL program. The recruiting guys, the recruiting department, I've talked to a few of them, and they are phenomenal, but I've got a main recruiter I've been working with. I'm going to put her information in the description below. So if you are interested, you can call and talk to her. She's one of the coolest, people that I've worked with in a long time. Trucks, they run those mid-roof Freightliner Cascadias. Some people don't like Freightliners. I really don't care. I guess it's up to you, but fairly new equipment in great shape. Freightliner's really not all that bad. Auto transmissions, a lot of people don't like that, and they do govern them at 65 miles per hour. So I confirmed that with the recruiting department. Talk a little bit about orientation. They're going to send me down in a Greyhound bus. I live in Ohio. Their campus is in Little Rock, Arkansas, but you have the option to drive down there on your own if you're close, or you can get a rental car. I've got their orientation schedule in front of me. I had a lot of questions about orientation, and I've seen some misconceptions online. I start on Sunday for orientation, and I go through orientation, and I'm actually not offered, and they tell you this right up front, you're not offered a job until Thursday. So for those of you who are new to trucking, that might be a shock. But let me tell you why. It's because you've got to go through a drug test and a physical, and you've got to go through their flatbed physical, and there's some other things that they probably want to confirm your driving record and that kind of stuff. They would be pretty foolish to offer you a job from day one without having all of that information together and ready to go. They do a urine and a hair drug test. I've seen a lot of questions on this. I think people are afraid of the hair drug test. And the only thing I got to say about that is if you're in trucking and you're smoking dope or doing drugs, you're going to get caught one day. So orientation goes through Thursday, Sunday to Thursday, and then on Friday is flatbed securement hands-on training. Okay, now remember, this is for an inexperienced driver, all right? Flatbed goes Friday of the same week that orientation starts all the way to Thursday of the next week, and then you're assigned a driver. I've been told that you'll be with a driver 3 to 5 weeks. I'm banking on 5, hoping for probably more like 6. I don't think 3 weeks is probably enough to go through all those different scenarios that you're going to be in a flatbed truck. And personally, I'd like a little bit more experience with a trainer before I get out on my own. There are a couple things that they ask that you bring to orientation. Avoid a check. If you don't have a checking account, I'd get that set up. They do a direct deposit on a com card, but also you have to have an email address, so get yourself one set up if you're coming to orientation, because they've got to send you payroll information and that type of stuff. Here's some other information. I'm going to read right from their list because this was things that I couldn't find an answer to until I actually started working with their recruiting department. This is some other information that you'll need to bring. Documentation for your I-9, birth certificate, social security card. CDL, and your name must match on the CDL in your I-9 document. It has to match, all right? That's going to be an issue if you get down there and it doesn't. Social security numbers and birthdays for anyone that you want covered under your insurance. Emergency contact information. Logs for the last 7 days if they're applicable. So they want to see, of course, they've got to see, your logs. And your TWIC card. Now listen, if you don't have your TWIC card, I don't have mine, that's no big deal. What they do is they take you to get your TWIC card. It is required. They'll take you once you get there. But they'll take $26.50 out over 5 pay periods so that you can pay them back. Pay is weekly, too, okay? That's really it, guys. I mean, I just didn't want to make too long of a video. It's one of my very first ones, but wanted to cover some of the basics. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, shoot me an email, all of my contact information. You can even text me. It's in the description in my YouTube page. If you got anything out of this, if you can hit that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to watch my journey. Like I said, I'm going to document from orientation all the way through to buying my own truck and then on. So appreciate your time. We'll talk to you later.